It's that's right, folks. It's an instance. A long one, probably. Let's hope we don't break the computer. But let's just hope we don't. Server doesn't break or anything when we do this. Now let me go.
Ilsabad, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly? On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius, the winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They have sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps?
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that.
Tempered.
Maxima reports that they are led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number. However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into 2 groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies.
I really want
As
to
for
know.
the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you
How
deem
is
it
he
needed most.
just standing there in those shorts, not freezing at all? That's for the Scions. I'm just asking.
I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Oh, nice outfit.
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
As in, we have to go Michael Bay here.
Pistola always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks. All right. Once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's Magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. A blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
I knew it. Oh. Okay, we can just blindly do this.
Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Oh, that's okay.
Seven hells.
Fine. Our minds are so corrupt. Oh.
Must be losing my touch.
And I'm dead. Never did like these things. Yeah, I don't like these types of things. Wow, we're all the way back here. If I put it on very easy though. Mission. Swift deception renders visible increased movements. While active, enemy soldiers and Magitech will be honored. Will see if that there are guard dogs, acute sense of spell, and outside of combat. Okay. Okay. And now we know what to do.
Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Oh. Parties? Hide somewhere.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point. Damn, spotted. Must be losing my touch.
Fine. Wow, it just... Yeah, I locked myself in this. Control terminal. Come on. Did we do it? Because I didn't like any part of that.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
Huh.
What news from our comrades?
They stand at the ready.
Light it up.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
Once I realized how the abilities work, that was the end. Later, at the very least.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right, but... Wait! Something's coming!
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead!
You will fight as Ron Stoppable. Well, I hope so.
Protect the others!
Don't worry, guys. It's very easy. I really don't want to deal with it. I think I'm supposed to be able to do 23,000 damage a little way.
A brief respite, but stay alert. Keep the carriages safe.
Need help?
What impeccable timing! Fear not, friends! The savior of Ishgard is here!
Talk about yourself or me, because we're gonna have our own conversation about who the real one is.
A fine display, but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
We're the only ones still struggling.
Nah, you guys are fine.
Time we put our backs into it then. I've been itching for a good scrap.
I'll deal with that.
You lot alright back there? We're fine, and ready for more. Hear that? Get to the front and turn the tide.
Well, on the front line.
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
It's nothing that won't heal in time.
The
The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
That I did.
That's Vigilia. Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
There's no end to them!
I was wondering when you'd turn up.
Traffic was horrible.
There's no stopping us now. Come on, let's show them what we're made of.
We have them now! Forward!
Right! Let them have it!
Are we just gonna straight up just fight? Okay, let's go.
As a raging bull!
What the? Whoa. Must be the... Must bar the...
That's her! Vigilia!
And I'll take care of her.
Do not fall behind!
I hit about... That's the downside of Monk, though.
Is everyone alright?
Yeah, I'm doing just great. What about everybody else? Ooh, boy. We're doing that, huh?
Kill or die!
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Tremble before the sun!
May your screams fill the air!
What did I plan to kill? Okay. I mean, we just dropped a meteor and it's game over for everybody. Except for us.
The worthy adversary! Rest, recover, reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again, to the death. Sadu Hatun!
That was the last of them. The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan? Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. "800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kovosi, after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes. In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth, freezing, hungry, desperate, hated. The chosen forsaken. In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks? Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed. Bitterly so.
not so much as a whisper.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
Have to assume so.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
Camp broken glass. So this is gonna be a plan, yep. I want to see. Despite of the obstacles we faced, our plan proceeds apace. Just a little further and we will reach the capital itself. Still, we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. As soon as the capital has been made fit for purpose, as soon as the camp is made for purpose, we are to discuss the course of action with Lucia. Would you mind asking your Stola, Graha, join us in that building to the northeast camp? Isaiah and I will meet you there. Meeting, yes, I'll make my way over there. That is true. I've been feeling out of sorts. The air is thick with a palpable aura of malevolence. It is the monstrous tower on the horizon, jagged, hideous, unholy. At this distance, much like the sensation I felt in the tower is only far more. It flows unceasingly towards it, converging or swirl a mass of unfathomable power. For a blessing, the constant chill in the air is helping to anchor my senses in the here and now. Tell the others I shall be with you in a moment. You will be pleased to know most of the tempered have been quartered inside the nearby building are receiving treatment as we speak. I do, however, feel no small amount of guilt for commandeering civilian homes. The occupants may be long gone, but everything is exactly as they left it. considering the length of time that has clearly passed since. One would expect to find them ransacked. Strangely, there's no sign of anything having been stolen. Possible that everyone fled at the first sign of trouble, though. It seems to me they left far too many useful possessions behind. No conclusive evidence. I strongly suspect they were tempered. Sorry. Are you thinking out loud? You mentioned a meaning? Yeah. We have to take that assumption. We have to put that on the table that everyone in Galamov wasn't. The whole entire nation has been tempered. And at a very terrible pace, too. Like, it most likely happened instantly. Thank you for informing the others of our meeting. Everyone is here.
Our present situation is as follows. Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city. For therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Lalafell's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
A promising idea. I will assist the healers and their ministrations. Of course, I will require a proxy of my own, assuming you can spare one.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon that with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinist will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Lalafell. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
Oh.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
'Twould be my honor to be of service. Though I doubt that you of all people...
Wait a sec,
need
that's the
rely on
same
my
coat
efforts.
I'm wearing. It's literally the same coat I'm wearing. Mine's just
That
black.
leaves us with guard duty.
Because I dyed it pure black. Oh.
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino. Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rhine. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields.
During sense of travel is something. Ice fields. I love ice fields. Oh wait, no, I don't. If there are any survivors, find them.
I have faith that you will, and look forward to greeting you on your safe return. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
Got to be good. If it's this cold with Tataru's clothing, I dread to think how we fare without it. Always remember to thank her when we next meet. It makes me realize too that while the people of Gallimar have spent their whole lives in conditions like these, they'd be hard pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. If there are any survivors, you must find them. Oh, there are some... Oh, there are side quests here. But it's just 2 of them. Like, yeah, Gemstone Trader. $5.25. Wait, am I getting new? I am. I have $5.25 here. Yep. There. I'm at $5.30. Then again, that's powering up quick. Your inventory is not full. I have an important task to. By that, I mean have someone else. I've been lumbered with the unenviable duty of keeping the inventory of supplies bought by each delegation. Though weaponry and basic provision have been accounted for, I can't say the same for what might be considered creature comfort. See, even the most frivolous of things can make a huge difference. And here in the frozen wastes, I'm trying to put together a list of luxury goods that are just being as cool. You're on good terms with practically everyone. Better than me, at any rate. Perhaps you could help. Appreciate it. I already sent one of my subordinates to Maelstrom. Temple Knights and Aluminium Regiment. I need you to ask the remaining groups, the Twin Adlers and Moral Flames that are far-reached allies, any information you can bring me that's most welcome. That sounds bad. That storm. There's one thing that springs to mind. We bought several bolts of felt, which might seem a bit odd or something. Most people don't realize how effective it is to keep the cold out and the warm in. That's not all. Use it in everything from clothing to our yurts. And even for patching up wounds, of course. We're more than willing to share with the rest of the contingent. You also have a whole crate of what you might call warming stones in the common tongue. Hold one in your hands and you'll see what I mean. There are plenty of those to go around. That sounds good. Hey. Let me see, other than the usual material, we also have a number of tents donated by Lord Lolorito. A few of them have been pitched around the camp. I know that they were warmed by Alamegan refugees. We're all glad that they've found meaningful employment. The quality of their works. We do appear, however, to have overestimated how many tents would need and find ourselves with a surplus of cloth. Soon discovered, however, that when folded up, the tent sheets make for surprisingly good bedding. I'd be happy to donate a few. Comfort. Oh, we did bring a large shipment of tea leaves provided by the... Hello. Agreed that there is no better way to stave off the cold than a nice hot brew. I can personally attest to that. We've enough for everyone. They're a mind to try it. That's me, though. I'll try anything at this point to keep the cold out. Honestly, please. Every time's what to tell you to refrain for. Now we must trust that the engineers will complete the hearing after this. There's still here. The laws of the unit. Alright. Do the others have anything to share? Yes, that I will do nicely. What's more, the Templars will sure to have a fair few useful supplies of their own. My list of creature comforts, all their I expected. In all honesty, I was worried that taking in those Imperials might put everyone, including them, in a very unfavorable position. Even those of us most committed to the cause might find it hard to put the needs of our former enemies before those of their sworn followers. A valid point, perhaps, until you start to consider the terrible fate that has befallen Bellamar. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. In any case, they're the reason we're here in the first place, so it is our duty to lend them what aid we can. Yeah. Okay, last 5 seconds. Just the person I was hoping to see. Might I interest you in a little hunting? It's bears I'm after. If you've never tried their meat, I thoroughly recommend it. They're far from the easiest of prey, though. I dare say you'll face much more. If you're game, here's the plan. First, we lure them out. This deer meat is also laced with sleeping potion. Then it's a simple matter of walking over and offering them in a matter of your choosing. There's 3 ample servings of them. Be sure to let the concoction take effect. Did you guys drag a bunch of... Oh, it must have been a fake. Over. Level 82. A ludicrously massive bear. We did this. So apparently Discipline Fist is just a buff that is given to you whenever you have the beast seals open. I see you're still in possession of a full set of limbs. You can only mean the hunt was a success. Truth be told, I heard from others in the field that the bear you encountered was rather more lively than we anticipated, and far a bit bigger. What? You felled that brute all by yourself? It was impressive, though it appeared that the sleep potion provided by Luna led us to believe. Tells it. He adopted this approach after incurring the wrath of his Lord Father for his inability to master more sporting methods. Wise. Let's forego the thrill of the hunt. Select the means to present. So they may be. Oh, I'm done. You, I mean, not the bears. It's like. Alright, I'm gonna take a tiny break so I can get some food and then we're gonna continue.